Malik. I had to clean it. I had just cleaned it. These phones stay dirty. I'm like having to clean these phones all the time. Stay dirty. Lord help me. Good morning. I mean, not good morning. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. I wasn't going to come on this morning because I got to bounce, but I was like, I'm trying to do TikTok this weekend. Y'all know me. Trying to fix my hair. It's cold again today, so I have to put the hat on. But it's not cold enough for the fur hat. I mean, I think it's going to be like 45 or 50, you know. Yeah, I got some cute little fur hats from TikTok. Like I have a real mink white fur hat, but on TikTok they had real fur hats from China for like $8 to $10, and it's real fur. I don't know what kind of fur it is. I don't know if it's like a fox fur or something, but it's real fur because I know real fur from fake fur. Right? And I put 2 of them in my TikTok shop, ladies. So y'all need to go look for them. They was only like $8.99, but with the shipping maybe $20, but it's worth it. I got a beige one and a white one because you know you don't want to wear the real one all the time. So you know, so I got a white one, and I was like, wow, I was like, this is real fur, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't think it could be fox fur. I'm not sure, or I know it's not mink, you know, but it's fur. So please go to my TikTok shop. I got lots of stuff in there, ladies and gents. You know, help a sister out because I make, oh, well, thank you for your $10, Heaven. Bless your heart. I make commission. And I got some commercials I got to make because I got 2 more free products. It's like, because they'll send you free products or they'll reimburse you after 90 days if you buy the product. So I got 2 videos to make before the next 2 weeks is up. So I got to figure out when they pay you. That's the thing. I have to fill out like a tax thing and everything with them. So they must be compliance here in America, because if you have to fill out a tax form, that means they're compliance here. And for those of you that buy coins from crypto.com and y'all haven't had to pay taxes, guess what? You paying taxes next year because crypto.com done got certified in America and I think some other foreign country. Because I was on there yesterday and they always do the year in like how the year went for you and how the year went for them. They got certified in America and somewhere else. They're in compliance. So you guys that haven't had to pay taxes because of crypto.com, they're going to be sending y'all a, what is it, a 1099 form, I think. They're going to be sending it to y'all this year. And then another thing, that 1099 that you're going to be getting from all the platforms that's compliance in America, you're either going to get it digitally or you're going to have to go on the platform and download it, or they may mail it to you. It's already going to have like your losses, your gains. It's going to have your trades. It's going to have everything, right? But you have to make sure it's accurate, because if it's not accurate, you may be paying more taxes on your crypto. Well, they say Trump's supposed to abolish it, so we're going to see. But just in case, you got to check those 1099s, because when you file taxes, you may be paying more than you should be, right? Or you may be paying less. Like this year was kind of like not a loss, but it depends. Cause like when you cash your coin out to USD, that triggers a tax thing. When you cash it out to USDC, it triggers a cash thing. Um, but it really doesn't happen until you transfer it to your bank account. Now, when you're doing swaps, doesn't count. Doesn't count. But when you change those coins into flat currency and then you send it to your bank, that's two tax things. And the IRS, they supposedly will have in their possession every trade you did. But to me, it's going to be a hot mess because on Coinbase alone, they give you a PDF for every trade, every swap, every cash out, every movement. It could be this thick for some people because some people trade every day, 2-3 times a week. So it could be this thick. So can you imagine taking a PDF this thick that you might have to print out or send to your tax person, and they literally got to go through it? Do you know how much they're going to probably charge people? And then the IRS is already taking 30% if it's less than a year, 15 to 20% if it's over a year. They shouldn't even be taxing crypto if you ask me. They shouldn't, because they don't even have full regulation for it. They got maybe 70% regulation. So it's not even 100% regulated. So how you going to be charging taxes? And it's going to be a nightmare because the things are going to be this thick. And the 1099s they send you, they're all going to be inaccurate. Because I was listening to a tax attorney that I've been following for 3 years. And he is so sharp. He applied for a job with Trump for the Doge program. And it's looking like he's going to get it. And he was saying it's going to be a nightmare. He was saying he don't even know how it's gonna work. And then he said that the 1099s that they give us are totally inaccurate. Some people are going to be paying thousands of dollars more than they should. And then some people are going to be missing out on getting credit for their losses. And he said it's going to be a hot mess, y'all. So let's hope Trump, because a few people told me Trump is supposed to abolish it. And that he wants America to be the #1 crypto capital. So if Trump abolishes taxes, then that's good. But if he doesn't, the tax guy that I listened to and another one, they was like, it's going to be a nightmare. A nightmare. Because you were supposed to do it last year, but I don't think you had to. They extended it to this year. And he was like, it's going to be a nightmare. And it's going to be real expensive for people to even pay a tax attorney or a tax agent, like with H&R Block or whatever, right? To even go through it. And then he said it depends on your personal income. Let's say you only made $25,000 in your personal income from your job, then you might not have to pay no taxes at all or little taxes. But let's say you made $100,000, $200,000 in your personal income, you will be paying probably 30% or 20%. And he was like, it's a nightmare. He was like, they should not base what you pay in taxes on crypto on your personal income that you make from working or your business. And I'm like, the IRS, they stink, man. They're going to compare your crypto and what taxes you pay depending on your personal income. Your personal income has nothing to do with taxes. That's why I told y'all, get a personal account where you only trade your crypto from and you trade your stock from. Do not mix crypto and your stocks with accounts that you get direct deposit in from Social Security, the VA, your paychecks, your business accounts, ministry account. Don't be letting that crypto and stuff come in there, because you're gonna be in a world of hurt. you gonna have to be paying thousands of dollars because they're gonna have to separate everything. So that's why I told y'all 3 years ago, get you a personal bank account for crypto only. I mean, you could do little other things in it, but as long as it ain't nothing business, crypto only. That way you can go to your bank statements and see all the trades you did for 2024. All the times money came in, because every time money comes in from crypto, it'll literally say where it came from. So you could print out all 12 statements for that year, and the tax attorney could look at it that way to see all the money that you made, right? And then you have to show him the stop losses and all of that, so he can compare how much. And then with Coinbase, they'll tell you, they'll be like, okay, you made 30,000 this year, but you lost 40,000 this year. So that means you probably won't have to pay much taxes at all. But then if it say you made 100,000 this year and you lost 10,000 this year, you're gonna have to pay on that 90,000 that you made. You know, so that's why you need to listen to some type of tax attorneys on crypto. You could Google it. Give me tax attorneys on crypto on YouTube, and you could Google it, and you'll learn. So when it's time to pay taxes, you'll learn, but you're gonna have to pay extra money because the attorney's gonna have to go. I mean, not the attorney, the tax people. They're really gonna have to go through it. So we need to pray that Trump abolishes the taxes, because God, we're gonna need help. If you made like $1 million this year, woohoo! You probably, and let's say it's less than a year, those coins, you're gonna be paying the IRS $300,000. Now, if it was over a year, you'll probably pay anywhere from 100 to maybe 150, 200,000 of that million. So that's why when you make money from crypto, you should always put at least 20% aside in that same crypto account that you have. Put 20% of your crypto aside, because the tax guy, he gave us a story, and it was a recent story. He said a friend of his, how much did his friend make? I think $1 million in taxes, but then he actually he made $3 million, but he took $1 million out and he left the other $2 million. And then that's when we had the market crash 3 years ago. And so he was supposed to pay $300,000 in taxes, but he didn't have it when tax year came. But guess what? He had to go on a payment plan so he could pay IRS the $300,000 in taxes for that time, right? So let's just pray that Trump gets rid of the taxes, because people have been telling me, a lot of people have been telling me that's what he said he's going to do. But he ain't getting in office until 2020. So we might still have to pay taxes, you know, because the tax things are going to be coming out before when do they come out? Before the end of January. That they usually be finished by the end of January, and he's not getting inaugurated to the 20th. So we might have to pay taxes this year, and then next year, 2026, if he abolishes the taxes, then we might not have to pay. So let's just pray. So all of you who've been swing trading, putting your money in flat currency and sending it to your bank, you better go over your bank statements, and that's how you're going to know how much taxes you're going to pay. And then you got to look at your trades to see exactly when you bought the coin, because if it's over a year, you'll pay 15-20%. If it's less than a year, it's 30%. So let's say you only made 10,000 this year, but you lost 20,000. You probably won't have to pay any taxes or that much. But if you made 100,000 this year and you only lost 10,000, you got to pay taxes on that 90,000. So you guys are going to have to look into your trades, see when you bought coins. Like a lot of coins, you probably already know you've been holding them for 2-3 years because the market's been so bad. Like SHIB, I know people have been holding that for years. And Jasmine, Dodgeland Mars, you know, what else? Doge's girlfriend, Doge itself. You know, y'all been holding for a couple of years. So those kind of coins are like 15-20%. But recent coins, like let's say newcomers just came into XRP, newcomers just came into XLM. And we know XLM and XRP have made people money like quick. So if you one of those people who just bought XRP, XLM, and you took profits off of it, 30%, even if it's $5,000. But you got to check to see your profit loss. So if you're a newcomer and you just started buying crypto, then you don't have any profit loss. So you're going to have to pay, let's say you made 10 grand. You're going to have to pay 30% off of that 10 grand. And that's about $2,000 to $3,000. So you guys got to get your money together, because we all will be paying taxes for 2025, because by the time Trump get in there, it's going to be too late for him to overturn anything for this year. But next year, you can't be taxed on what is a... Oh, yes, you can. People been being taxed for crypto for the past 3 years. It's just become more prominent now. It's like before, the IRS didn't know what you was making. But now they do, because they have regulated where all these platforms have to send the IRS everybody's like a 10, like whatever you did, traded, turned into flat currency, whatever. The Coinbase, BNB, all of them have to send millions of people's stuff to the IRS, so that the IRS can give you a 1099 either digitally through your platforms, or they will mail it to you. So you will be paying taxes next year. And if you don't pay it, they're going to come for you, because they know every trade you ever did. Because they passed that regulation last year. Biden did it. Every trade, every swap, every sell, they know it. They know. And they know how long you had it. So they can tax you the percentage they're supposed to tax you. So don't be playing with the IRS. Even if you don't have any personal income, you still got to take that 1099 into the tax place and see if you owe taxes, or if you might get some kind of credit. You better not play with the IRS. Maybe 2026 will be okay, but they coming for you, because for 3 years people been paying taxes. It's just that they haven't been coming for people that haven't been paying, because they didn't know what they were doing. But they know now, because Coinbase and all of them have to comply and send millions of people stuff, and then the IRS is going to give you a 1099 showing all the stuff you did, but it's going to be inaccurate. That's what the tax guy said. Some people going to be paying more money than they should. Grand Rising. But I truly hope Trump abolishes it. I really do. All right. I'm gonna give you the dreams I had, because I know some of y'all is only here to hear crypto. You are not here to hear the word. You are not here to get breakthrough, and you are not here to get deliverance. You're just interested in crypto, and that's a doggone shame, because you could become a crypto millionaire. And let me tell you something, just as quick as you become a millionaire or more, that's how quick the devil will take your money. I gave y'all stories, real stories on Reddit. Man has $6 million. He lost it in 5 minutes being greedy. Look at people when they win the lottery. See, the lottery money is not really cursed. The people who win the lottery aren't cursed, but it seems like they are. But they're really not. You want to know what the issue is? Most people who win the lottery never had that kind of money in their entire existence. They have no experience on how to handle millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't. And because they don't have no knowledge or experience or training on how to handle that kind of money, what happens to them? They brag, they let everybody know they got it, they giving everybody money, they doing stuff that they always wanted to do, maybe going to strip club, whatever they want to do, right? And they letting everybody know they got money. So what happens? The family kills them, or they get killed, or people rob them and steal their money from them. And it seems like the lottery money is a curse. Because me and Daddy was talking about the other day, because I was watching 15 people who died. It's on here on YouTube, who died from lottery money curse. And I'm like, Daddy, it's not really the lottery money that's a curse. Because a Christian, there's been Christians that have won the lottery and they didn't die, but they have a hard time. Like this lady, I think she won 200 million, and she was supposed to give her church 15 million, but she changed her mind, because she told the pastor she's going to give 15 million, but she changed her mind and she only gave them 5 million. Do you know that pastor tried to sue her? He didn't win though, because he didn't have nothing in writing, but he tried to sue her for the, be happy for what she gave you. Then her family ran through her money. Like they kept coming to them with these once in a lifetime business deals. Then another one, family member poisoned that one. Then another one, the kids got on drugs, and the money that the kids was getting, it was just a hot mess. And I said, Daddy, the lottery money is not cursed, because There are Christians that win the lottery. We should not be gambling on the lottery, but crypto is a game, is not a game of chance, but it is a investment risk. So that's totally different from lottery, right? But there's some Christians that have won the lottery and done very well for themselves because they dedicated the money to God. See, money is not evil. It's man that's evil. And the demon Mammoth is behind it. He's a gold glittering looking thing. He's behind the greed. See, Mammoth is not behind the money. He don't own the money. God makes the money. The gold that our money is only good because of the gold we have and the gold backs. And who made the gold? God, right? Who made the silver? God, right? So when you should not be gambling as a Christian, but people still do it anyway. So when you go pay the lottery or get these scratch offs and you win money and you pray and you dedicate it to God and give it to God and you give it to the kingdom, guess what? It turns into kingdom money. But if you a sinner and you don't know God and you don't know nothing about money, it becomes demonic money. So therefore, Yadaboff and his minions could do whatever they want to do to you. So you got so many people who have died after winning the lottery, y'all. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you have a handful of Christians that have won the lottery and they have done good. Now, I'm not condoning you to go do scratch offs and play the lottery because it's gambling. And a child of God should not be gambling. But if you do that, that's between you and daddy. But you've been warned. Okay. So I was telling God, I was like, God, the lottery's not really cursed. I said, I know we not supposed to gamble. I said, the lottery money's not cursed. The people are cursed because they don't know how to handle the money and they don't live right and they don't know God. So they wind up getting taken out. You understand what I'm saying? Grand rising. They have no wisdom, right? You got to have wisdom. Everybody on here should be asking God for wisdom when it comes to money management. Ask God for wisdom and knowledge and discernment when it comes to money management. Because a lot of y'all got crypto and stocks and eventually it's going to like take boom. And some people going to be coming into like, look, 20 grand, 30 grand is life-changing money for some people. Some people ain't never had that before. And they don't know what to do with themselves. Then some people become a millionaire, 100,000-aire, or a billionaire. And they don't know what to do with themselves if they ain't got no training. If they don't have no training in money management, what to do with it. And if you don't keep your mouth shut, you're going around to, oh yeah, I hit crypto $3 million. Let me tell you something. They already planning on how to spend some of that money. They already planning how to scheme and scope on you to get that money. They already trying to find a fake business deal to come to you to get that money. They already thinking of sad, sobby stories to tell you to get your money. That's why when you get money, shut your mouth. And like y'all already done tried to get your family and friends in crypto. I ain't hardly tell nobody about crypto that I know, just a few people. Because now that crypto was taking off, and I told you they was going to try and tank the market. This is the second time, but this one was the worst. They took us back to 2022. That darn Jerome Powell. If that doggone news anchor did not ask him that question, the market would have never tanked. She asked him how many times is they going to raise the rates. He said twice. When he said that, literally 2 minutes later, the market went whoa. And I was reading on the articles, and it said it took us back to 2022 day, and it ain't recovered. The market has not recovered. It's and then they keep saying, oh, the Christmas boom is not going to happen, and it might not, because usually when a crash like this happens, it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks for them to even get back. And then some of my favorite gurus that I listen to, they were saying that this time when the market does bounce back, it's going to be double, like better. So that's a good thing to look forward to. Because I was watching them when they do their charts. I looked at 3 or 4 of them, and they did their charts, and all their charts lined it up. And it was like Bitcoin 110 or 115,000. That was supposed to, one guy said that was supposed to happen before the end of the year, but he's like, it might not happen until sometime in January. 110 to 115,000. I was like, but Bitcoin was like 106,000 before this happened. So that 110 is plausible before the year is out, because I saw it going to 110, then eventually 150, then it was hottling between 110, 150 for a good while, and then it took off into the 200,000 range, right? So they all four of them said, and they're usually very predictable, right? I've gotten coins from them, and they'll say, go get this coin, right? And when it hit for you, cash it all out, because I think it's gonna be a rug pull. Sure enough, 2 of the coins I got, and when they shot up, I took it. There was a rug pull. They ain't worth nothing now. They know they can see rug pulls. That's why you should follow some of these gurus that are really, really good. You got to use discernment and ask God, right? So all their charts were the same, and they were like, it's gonna be double. So any money you lost, thank you. So any money you lost during this crash, you're gonna get double back. But they not sure if this pagan Christmas run is gonna happen. They said if it don't happen, then by the end of December into January, you're gonna start seeing the bull run. And if Bitcoin don't hit 110 to 115 by the end of the year, they said definitely in January. And it's lining up, because I've been following these gurus for like 3 years, and they're pretty good. I even follow 2 stock gurus, and they into penny stocks, and they're into stocks that's less than $1. And there was this one stock like 2 years ago. It was 25 cents. No, it was 15 or 10 cents. And the guru said it was going to go to $1.50 the next day. Do you know it did it? And I bought like $100 worth of it. And the next day it skyrocketed. And I was like, man, I should have got like $200. But I was being cheap. But I made some good money off of that little $100, right? And then he was like, get out of it, because it's gonna drop. And it dropped right back to 25 cents like by that evening, right? So just pray and ask God to lead you to the good gurus on here. Like Stock Up with Larry, he's pretty good, but sometimes his predictions don't pan out. So I would say 70% of the time he's accurate. Then you got Keenan. I would say he's accurate about 80% of the time. Then you got that one, Let's Get Started. Then you got that Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin was the first one I ever started following 3.5 years ago. And then there's Stock Up with Larry. He has a friend. It's a Caucasian man. He has white, silver looking hair. He's pretty good. And then there's another black guy. I forget his name. He has Coach Mondays. He calls himself Coach. And he has Coach Mondays. He'll give you strategies Sunday for the market the next day. And he's very accurate. He's rich. He's a millionaire. Just like Keenan and Larry. They millionaires too. And that other one that he friends with. Right. So those are the kind of people you should listen to, because they got rich off of being in crypto and stocks. They got rich off of it. Like I missed it with Larry. He gave everybody a stock on what's it called? Q. Let me go look at it. Hold on. I mean, you might could still make some money off it, but I missed it. Hold on. It's called QUBT. He gave it to people literally like 2 weeks ago. It was 90 cents. I just heard it 2 days ago. It was 90 cents. Do you know that doggone stock shot up to $20? So then when I heard about it, it was $19, right? So I went and bought a little bit of it, and I made like $547 in one day yesterday. And I was gone. I didn't care. I was gone. I bought a little bit, and I made $547 in one day. So that's why I say Larry's about 70-75% correct. You just got to catch him, though. When he's doing his lives, you got to catch him that day or at least the next day so you could get in. And I was like, how did I miss this one? And then I was like, yeah, I haven't been watching him that much for 2 weeks because I was doing stuff, and doing my own lives and stuff like that, right? But when I did hear it, I jumped on it and made $547. That's a bill right there. That paid the cable. and the gas electric bill. Well, a little bit left over. I'm like, Dad, Rossi, you getting good. But I don't want to be no full-time trader. 'Cause I can't do that. And all right, so let me tell you about the coins I dreamed about. And I also dreamed about GameStop, and I also dreamed about AMC. So right now, GameStop is $29.10, and AMC is $4.09. In the vision, AMC went to $52. And in the vision, GameStop went to $65 or $75. It like did it, both of them did it in one day. So when you start seeing, this is not financial advice, no, I'm a guru, but in the vision, when you see AMC start going up, it's probably going to go up to $52 within the same day or two. And when you see GameStop, because GameStop is in the green, it's $29.10. When you see it start hitting 35, 40 bucks, it's going to hit that 65 or 75. So that's for you that's been in GameStop. And I didn't dream about the quantum computer, which is QUBT that Larry told us about. But in my spirit, I was asking God about it, and should I go back and buy a little bit more? Because I just ran with that 500 something. And he told me, yeah. And then I saw like $55 up in the spirit realm. It was in white. When he showed me stuff in white, it's floating in the spirit. And he showed me $55. And right now it's $23.93. So 30, 43. So that's like a 30 something dollar push. You know, if a person was to get in it, if you, let's say you bought 10, right? What is that? $300 something push that you would get, right? And if you've been in AMC for who knows how long, when AMC was like $2 and some change, and when GameStop was like 12 bucks, and you've been in it since then, and when AMC hit that 50 something mark, and GameStop hit that 60 or 70 something mark, you people are gonna make some good dollars. All right. So y'all should follow Keenan, because when I had the vision about XYO last year, I never heard Keenan mention it. He just mentioned it, like, I think it was last week, because he came up in my feed and God said, go listen to that one. And it was like a 9-minute video. And he was talking about different stocks. And he talked about XYO. And I said, Daddy, that's why you wanted me to listen to him. He talked about XYO. And I had the vision about XYO last year, right? And then he talked about it. He said that is about to run. So, you know, that's so I had told y'all about my XYO video vision last year, and then I had another one this year, a couple of weeks before I heard him say it. So Daddy wanted me to have confirmation. So I'm like, what? All right, so let me tell you, hold on. Good. Time is running. All right, so I'm gonna get to the crib, but I saw floods coming to Florida, to Miami in particular. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. I saw floods coming to Miami, right? Then the Lord had told me to tell people to pray against those drones. Now, y'all remember just 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago before the drones started coming, I named different states that was going to have supernatural stuff in the air, and those states did. Now, I didn't see Jersey, but Jersey was the first state. And that's what God was telling me. How many of y'all remember that? It's in one of my lives. But anyway, God said, pray against those drones. They're not good for America. There is something sinister behind them. And he said the GOV know what they are. They just don't want to tell people because they don't want to put people in a frenzy. Some of them drones was as big as a doggone car. And then the Lord told me some of them were alien spaceships as well, but people took them as domes. Because y'all remember a couple of years ago, I told y'all God said they want to reveal themselves to us. They want to live among us, but he wasn't going to let it happen. Excuse me. So for the last 3 years, we've been seeing stuff in the air. So now you're really starting to see it because they want to manifest themselves. They want to be among us. You know the movies? All the movies they made about the aliens living among us, living next door to you. That's what they want. They trying to prepare us for this craziness that's not meant to be. These things are not meant to live among us. They are not meant to live on this doggone earth. And Daddy's not going to let it. But he's letting us see these things so we could be aware of these things and pray against it. Then I had dreams of fire, forest fires here in America and abroad. So you're going to hear about forest fires. I also saw a tsunami coming somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be here or abroad. Another big earthquake happened in Vancouver, 7.2. I told you we were going to be seeing, I've been telling y'all for a year. We're going to start seeing big earthquakes abroad and here, and it's happening. And prepare, because it's more coming. India is going to have a massive quake. India. And I kept seeing something about Nepal. And I remember a couple of years ago, I had a dream about Nepal, India having a massive earthquake, and they did. Then I had another dream the next year they were going to have another massive earthquake, and they did. So I'm not saying Nepal is going to have it, but I saw India having a massive quake, and I saw death. And I saw Turkey's earthquake when they had that big one, and those 30, 40, 50,000 people died. I saw that. And then so there's going to be a huge earthquake coming to India and other places, because I had the vision of the fault line. I told you about it, and I saw the fault line. It was just bubbling and shaking. So Cali, you probably gonna have another one. I even saw a shaking in Texas, and I was shocked. I was like, an earthquake in Texas. I don't even know if Texas ever had like four points or 5 points, but I even saw Texas shaking, but I don't know where it was. And how many of y'all remember in 2018, I was one of the first prophets that God gave visions to about drones. How many of y'all remember that? I told you about the drones. I said they were going to make drones that would be military. They're going to make drones to see through your house. They're going to make drones for the everyday person to have. How many of y'all remember that in 2018? It came to pass. I told y'all we was going to be seeing different colors in the sky, red water. It's happening. It's happening. So pray for India, pray for California, pray for Turkey. Iran is going to have a shaking. Israel is going to have a shaking. So pray, for these places, and pray for our country, because things are going to happen here. Next year, volcanoes are going to be going off again. And every time I see volcanoes go off, they do. Pray against fires, because I saw forest fires here in America and other countries. Keeps New Zealand and Australia in your prayers, because I saw massive destructions coming there. Right. I even saw like starvation in Africa, and I told y'all about that. I saw like a disease going through Africa, and I told y'all about that. So please pray. I saw diseases coming here. Now look it over there in California. He done put in a state of emergency, because didn't I tell you bird flu was going to try and come back? And he put a state of emergency because some animals, cows and stuff, got bird flu. So y'all better pray that stuff don't transfer to people over there in Cali, and then it transfers here. Y'all gotta pray. And then the Lord even told me that some sickness was going to come out of China. He told me this like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot. Some sickness, like, how the COVID came from out of there, and I saw the dream and everything, and it's in my book too. But something else is going to come out of China, but they're going to contain it. They're going to contain it. Like, it's not going to really reach like the COVID did. So they're going to contain it. But pray for China. Please pray for China. And then I saw Japan. Like, literally, it looked like the earth was wobbling, but it was Japan. And they were like, wow. You can hear the noise. Like, okay, it's this crazy noise that earthquakes have. And it sounds like a big old screw. And you can hear it go, ooh, like that, right? So pray for Japan. Okay. All right. So the 5 crypto dream. Oh, yeah. And then I saw floods. I don't know where these floods were, but somebody or some places about to get floods. So pray about that, right? Thank you, Holy Spirit. And mudslides in California also as well. Okay. So before I go into teaching, okay, last night when I was sleeping, it was crazy. It was like, how can I explain it, Daddy? It was like, there wasn't any people. It was the coins, and they were talking among each other. It was Moondang, and I'm like, Daddy, which Moondang was it? He said both of them. So it's the Moondane that's like on CoinbaseCrypto.com, and then there's the Moondane that we all had that, you know, did pretty good for us, right? I think that's on Coinbase Wallet and other places, right? So he said both. So it was Moondane, it was Bonk, you know, the original Bonk, because I saw like a Laffy Taffy face. And that bunk looks like a Laffy Taffy face, like a crown on it. And I saw that. And then I saw Pepe there. And then he had, and it's funny because the Pepe, the original Pepe, he had like a golden like belt around him. And he had so many other little Pepes attached to him. It had to be about 5 to 7 little Pepes attached to his golden belt. So to me, that means, you know, when that Pepe, the original Pepe, starts going back up, I mean, it's gazillions of Pepes, but maybe baby Pepe, maybe Pepe 2.0, and what's another one? It's baby Pepe, Pepe 2.0, and that's all I can think of. But it's probably going to be like 5 or 7 top tier Pepes that's connected to the original Pepe that's going to run with it. So it was both the Moondanes, it was Pepe, and he had a gold belt on with 5 to 7 other Pepes smaller than him. And did I tell y'all bunk, right? And then the other two again was the MOGs, like the base and the Ethereum. It was all 5 of them, and it was like it's hard to. Can you help me explain the Holy Spirit? Okay, she says say it like it was a party. It was like they were partying. It was like they were excited, and I could just feel it. Like I could just feel their energy, and I kept waking up, going back in the vision. Like 3 times I woke up, and I'm like, "What the world, Daddy?" And then he put me back to sleep. And it's like they were like partying, and they were happy, and they were talking to each other. And I've seen crypto coins talk before. Y'all remember that big crypto vision I had in October 2020? I think TC have it on his channel, and I seen multitude of coins coming out the ground and stuff like that, and I saw them suffering, but they were going to come out, and that vision has come to pass. And I saw Ethereum being called, I saw Bitcoin being called, I saw 2 other Bitcoins next to it, I saw Sheeb, and then a little Sheeb, you know, and all of that stuff came to pass. So like I woke up 3 times, and God would put me back to sleep, and it's like they were partying, they were happy, they were celebrating, and I could feel the energy, and they were talking, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. But whatever they were saying, it was good. So those the first Moondane, then that second Moondane that's on Coinbase Wallet and somewhere else, and then the 2 MOGs, the base and the Ethereum, and then it was the Bonk coin. Then it was Pepe, and he had a gold belt on. It was a long little trail, and it had to have 5 or 7 smaller Pepes than him. So when he goes, I don't know what other Pepes. Only ones I could think of is a Pepe 2.0 I saw. Then a baby Pepe. Oh yeah, and then Pepe Fork. Pepe Fork, F-O-R-K, is pink. Those are the only 3 that I can recall. I don't know about any. I mean, I know about the Pepes, but those are the only ones that I could recall. But y'all may know 7. They're like 5 to 7 of them. They're the top tier after the original Pepe. That's what it was, because they was attached to the gold belt, which was attached to Pepe's hip, you know. And then I didn't see anything about Crow with a Knife, and I didn't see anything about Mill Lady, and then Dodgeland Mars. I didn't see anything about them. But in my spirit, and y'all know when I feel stuff in my spirit, it's God. But in my spirit, those are 3 coins that people should definitely be taking a look at. I'm not telling you to sell, hold, buy. I'm just telling you based on my spirit and visions I had. Those are coins: the Crow with a Knife, Mill Lady, and Dodgeland Mars. That they're like sleeper coins, you know, that been out for years, and nobody was paying them no mind. And many people are going to regret not paying them any mind. And then there's another one I had like saw maybe about 2 months ago. And it's a lot of stuff that I see that I don't reveal, because a lot of it be for me, and then sometimes I just don't want to, because I know people, they greedy. And everybody don't deserve some stuff sometimes because they mean, right? So that's why I keep it. But like 2 months ago, I had never heard of this coin before. It was called the book. What's the name? I think the name. Let me get the correct name for y'all. And I was like, Daddy, I'm gonna just keep this to myself for a minute. Oh, I can't wait. I don't think it's on this phone. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. I know it's called the book something. Hold on. And then sometimes when Daddy shows me dreams about coins or stocks, he'll tell me, keep it to yourself. I'll be like, I ain't got no problem with that. Hold on. I don't know if it's on this one. Yeah, I think it's called the book of Dome, or the book of Mimi's. It's on this phone I'm on, so I can't tell you. Wait, let me go to Google and see if it comes up. Is there a coin called the Book of Mimi? Yeah, it's called the Book of Mimi. Yeah, the book. Oh, it's either called the Book of Mimi or the Book of Bome. Bome. I had never ever heard of this coin, and I saw it as clear as day in white floating in the spirit realm. So I went to go look it up on a couple of platforms, and I finally found that it was on crypto.com, right? So that might be something that you pray about as well, right? Something you pray about. And also you could pray to God about the crypto.com. What is it? Crypto.com coin. Because the Lord has shown me a couple of months ago that coin went to $5 or $10, the crypto.com coin. And I know Matthew Perry, I haven't watched him in a couple of months. I got to go check him out. He always used to talk about crypto.com's coin. He loves it. And he kept saying it would go to $1 or $2. But a couple of months ago, I saw it going to $5 to $10. But I still didn't get any. I got to hurry up. Because I keep forgetting. I don't be chasing stuff, and I be forgetting. I done missed about 4 or 5 coins that I dreamt about. I missed them. And I got to get better, because God be giving me stuff to bless people, but it's also for me. And I winded up missing it, and then other people get it. They look out for me, but if I would have got it, it would have been so much better. Like that Pepe frog that I saw. Didn't even know. But I'm trying not to miss out no more. All right, so that's about the crypto. That's it. So you pray about this to the Lord. I'm not telling you to sell, hold, buy. You pray. Don't just take my word for it. You pray and confirm it. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I made the video about Dr. Maria Conwell. I don't watch her, but TC watches her. I think he might even talk to her once. And I think she was on Benny's show when Benny was alive, right? And she the one had the dream about Sheena, and it came out. And then the Sheena I saw, he rug pulled it. But she had another dream about a Sharik. Well, it's in my video I made. So TC has sent me the information, and I went on CoinMarketCap to look at the one on Solana. And I like to read the comments what people say, right? So I'm scrolling, and then I seen 2 comments where they said, okay, that's Sharika, whatever it's called, on Solana, but the original one is on ETH. So I went and I looked on ETH, and sure enough, I had the coin this whole time, and I didn't even know I had it, right? I didn't even, because I don't be paying my wallets, the coins, any mind too much. I do check on them, but I only look at the ones that's making the money. The other ones I don't even bother, because if they make money, they'll shoot up to the top. That's how I look at it, right? So I realized I had it already. So I was like, wow. So I text TC back, and I told him about the other one too. And I told him I was going to make a video on both of them. you know, I call myself helping Maria out. Right? So I made the video about both of them, the one on Solana. And the one on Solana just recently came out, maybe like a couple of weeks ago. And but the one on ETH been out for a while, right? So I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a video about both of them. That way people, if they want to get both, they can, or if they just want to get the one Maria said, you know, they can, right? So I sent the website for the one that's on Ethereum, and then I left a link for the one that's on CoinMarketCap. That way y'all would know which one it was, because y'all always be like, but Apostle, can you help me? And then after I made that video about y'all being big babies, people was like, but Apostle, they got a lot of fake coins out there, so we just want to make sure we got the right one. And you don't give the contract address all the time, only sometimes. I'm like, you fussing at me? Really? You know who you are. You fussing at me? Then somebody told me, Apostle, we love listening to you. And I'm noticing more people are starting to listen to you on your lives. But Apostle, the information you be giving us make our brains swirl. And we can't function. So it takes us time to digest what you say. And then one person was like, Apostle, you're very wise and smart, but everybody's not like you. I was like, oh, these children of God. And then one person told me this, like, Apostle, you got to realize everybody don't have that brain that you have. It's like you got to spoon feed us. I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's just how I teach. I just give it to you. I give you a full plate. And if you can't eat it all, then eat it at your own leisure. You know, come back and listen to the first hour of the video. Then come back the next day or 2 days and listen to the second hour. You know, and if it's a 3-hour video, then come back and listen to that. And you know, and then if you need to come back a couple of times and listen, then you do that. That's how you digest. But I'm going to always give you a full plate because I eat full plates. Okay. So if you can't eat it all at one time, you can always come back. You know what I mean? You can always come back. Grand Rising. Volt Inu still going to go up. I saw that at $2.35. It was supposed to happen the last quarter. I know it did go up a lot, but the market just crashed, so it's probably back down to where it was in 2022, right? The market only went up a little bit so far. It's probably going to take like at least 5 to 7 days for it to really get back, right? And for us to see the double, probably might be the end of the year in January sometimes, right? But Vol is still there. Luna 2.0 and Luna Classic, they still there. Look at Luna Classic. It got only 3 zeros. And I told you it was going to drop 2 more zeros, and it did, right? And the Luna 2.0, that was once $25 when they came out with that one. It was once $25, right? So it has the potential to go back to $25. It has the potential to go to $100, right? So just because I don't have updated dreams, like I had dreams about Luna and stuff this year. I told you about it in one of my lives. But just because I don't always have dreams about them, like Volt, I haven't seen Volt in a minute. But just because I don't have dreams about them, or other prophets or whatever don't have dreams about them, doesn't mean they're not going to pop. Because Volt was supposed to be $2.35 this last quarter. But all the stuff they've been doing is a lot of coins got delayed. And when a prophet gives you, look at XRP. For 2.5 years, I've been telling you I saw XRP at $2.35, then $2.65. Didn't it just happen a month ago? How many times I told y'all Jasmine was going to hit 4 or 5 cents? 2 years ago. And it just now happened. When Shiba Inu hit, I had that vision 7 months prior to it skyrocketing in 2021. And the Luna videos, the Luna 2.1 Luna Classic, they would happen like literally a couple of weeks later when I see those visions, right? So sometimes when a prophet gives you a vision, it doesn't mean that they lied to you or that God changed his mind. No, sometimes they don't always happen in the time frame that you see them. That's why I don't like giving time frames, but I literally did see Volt going up, and it did go up its last quarter, but it didn't go to $2.35. It didn't do that, right? But it's going to do that. It's just been delayed because a lot of stuff's been happening in the market. But Volt will hit $2.35. It will hit that, and it could hit more, and Sheep is going to be dropping some zeros, because I keep having dreams about Sheep, and I've been having dreams about Sheep since the last time it shot up. So it's not like I'm a new kid on the block, because now you see everybody, because Sheep went up. Now you see everybody have a dream. XRP went up. People were saying XRP was a scam. It was dead. I told y'all they was going to win the battle. Nobody believed me. I told you XRP would be one of the most prominent coins around. Nobody believed me. Now look at it. It's Premier. It has a USD coin. Ruslan something. USD coin. It's going to have an ETF if it doesn't have it already. They're going to replace XRP with, they're going to replace Ethereum fees with XRP. Or you're going to have the choice to use XRP and Ethereum. That's going to come. And the banks are going to use XRP if they haven't started already. So XRP is going to hit $500 a coin. Even and I happen to, because somebody told me Maria Conwell had a vision about XRP, and they sent me the link, so I went to go look at it. She had a vision where she saw it hitting 1,000. I think she said 1,000, then 5,000, and then 10,000. And y'all have a hard time believing me for $500 a coin. Y'all know God makes me very accurate in my prophecies with cryptos and stocks and the nations. And y'all got a hard time believing me. I'm the one that told you that the only prophet that God chose to tell you that Bitcoin was going to hit 16,000 and then 15,000. And it hit 16,000 twice and 15,000 once. Everybody else was telling y'all that. And then I was one of the only prophets in the beginning that was telling you I saw Bitcoin hitting 100 grand. Then everybody else, here they come. And you don't believe me that XRP is going to hit $500 a coin? And Maria saw a vision where it would hit 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. Everybody believe her. I said, Daddy, I got a proven track record through you. And they can't even believe me when I tell them. And I was listening to Brother Johnny because I follow him on Patreon. And he was saying how it can happen. He was telling the people in the video how it can happen. I forgot what he said. But he was telling the people how it can happen. Right? I'm telling y'all, do not sleep on XRP. That doggone coin, look. Anyway, by the time it hit $500, most people ain't going to be around anyway. You know who going to be around? Rich folks. Because all of y'all going to be done cashed out. Let it hit $25. Shoot, let it hit $10. They saying it's going to go to $10 to $12 in the next month. Let it hit $10. Y'all going to be gone. Let it hit 50. Let it hit 100, 200, 300. Let it hit that 125 I first saw. Y'all going to be gone. So by the time XRP hit $500, only the rich folks going to be in it. Because y'all going to be gone. And y'all ain't going to want to go back and buy no more because it's going to be too expensive. Don't sell all of it. I'm not saying you sell whole buy, but don't be stupid. Take a little bit of cheese or take a lot of cheese and leave a little bit. Because even if you, let's say you got 200 XRP coins, right? And it hits $50, $100. You might take 25 or 50 coins, cash them out, right? Then let's say it hits the 500 mark. Then you go and cash out 25 or 50 of them again. Then you got 100 left. And you can stay there till it hits $1,000 at least. Because by the time it hits $1,000, most people will be gone. By the time it hits 5,000 or 10,000, and Maria is not the only one that says that. You got, well, she's a prophetess, but you got gurus, people who know the markets, who know stuff. Look at that Bitcoin guy. He kept telling everybody, that white man with blonde hair. For like 3 years now, he kept telling people, because I had the vision, and then I started noticing him. He was getting popular. He was telling people, Bitcoin going to hit 100,000. They laughed at him, right? Then he started saying, last year, Bitcoin going to hit 500,000. And then the beginning of this year, he started saying, Bitcoin going to hit 1 million. And they laughed at him, and now Bitcoin is $100,000 and some $1,000. They laughed at him. They laughed at him, right? So people laughing at me because I saw it at 500. I'm sure people was laughing at Maria because she saw it at 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. But you got these doggone gurus out here and these professionals saying XRP is going to hit 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. But you won't believe the prophets, but you'll believe these so-called gurus that have no insight to God. Okay? Really? And Maria has been proven. She the one that saw Sheena. I've been proven. I've seen coins that nobody else saw. And I told you about them. People in the comments be like, Apostle, you're the only one that told us about this coin. But yet, when we tell y'all something going to be 500,000, 1,000, y'all got a hard time. When I was telling people Bitcoin was going to drop to 16, matter of fact, I said it was going to drop to 16.5 twice, and it did. Then I told you it would be $15,000. Y'all laughed at me. You mocked me. And then for 3 years, where's all these profits now? For 3 years, oh, Bitcoin's going to a zero. God said put in your sell limits. Bitcoin's going to a zero. And I told you for 3 years, you ain't going to never see Bitcoin at zero anytime soon. If you do, it will be way in the future. Y'all mocked me to the heavens. And look who's still standing. Where's the prophets that told you it was going to zero? Where? Did they come out and apologize to you? Make y'all go and set up all these limits? Didn't I have a vision? Didn't I have a vision and I told you they were going to delete your sell limit orders? Didn't they do it? Coinbase, BNB. TC even made videos about these different platforms telling you what they was about to do. And I said, Daddy, they laughed at me. They mocked me. They mocked me. And nobody came and apologized to you or me. He said, that's okay. I don't need their apologies, nor do you. Just knowing that they see who you are in me is good enough for me, the Father said. I said, yeah, you're right. I said, but one day, Daddy, I'm going to throw the Oreo cookies in their face so they can eat them. Like I told them, y'all going to be eating. Didn't I used to tell y'all going to be eating Oreo cookie crumbs when they come to me? So I said, Daddy, I'm just going to throw the cookies in their face so they can eat them. I'm not being facetious nor conceited. I'm just telling you facts. Okay? I'm just telling you facts. That's it. Yes, it will be like BTC. It'll be like Ethereum. It'll be like Litecoin, because Litecoin going to be like 1,500 eventually. And that Quant coin and Solana, I saw them going up. I think I saw Solana at 2,500. Where did I see Quant? I can't remember, but I know it was a couple of thousand. Yeah, but these things are going to take time. They were false anyway. Yeah, 10 per coin. Yeah, they saying Marie saw 10K, but I also saw Guru saying that. So, and then she said she saw it at 1,000, 5,000, and I was like, that's what the Guru's saying. So her words is matching up. Please, okay. Oh, I see my people. They at work today. I have listened to many prophets the past 4 years. You have been the most accurate. Yeah, I mean, I got like what, 98, 99%? Because some of my prophecies haven't come to pass yet. Book of Mimi. Yeah, that's the name of it. I had never heard of it before. I had to go search it out. Sheba about to take off. Yeah, it is, because they're going to be burning it. Remember I just told y'all that I saw it in a vision. They're going to start burning it. It's like they finally going to take their foot off of it. I mean, it comes to a point when if you suppress anything in life, whether it be crypto, stock, a person, a business, if it's meant to take off, it's going to. And like Maria Conwell, she said that God said, we got it backwards. We thought she said when Sheena takes off, she made a video because TC told me. I love TC. He keeps me in the loop. Johnny too, right? And what's my brother Devontae and Marcus and them and the one from Japan, they keep me in the loop. If it wasn't for them, a lot of stuff I wouldn't even know that came to pass, right? She originally said that we're supposed to take Sheba and buy Sheena. So everybody was getting it wrong. So I believe Maria Conwell because she the only one that saw that the first Sheena. I saw the second one. Ain't nobody else saw that coin. Nobody. And I mean, I know she's Catholic and she, bow down to idols and stuff, but God will teach her. He will teach her because many Catholics have come to God under this ministry in a different way because we know Catholic stuff is not of the Lord. So, just because she's Catholic, you don't down her for that. God will deal with her in his own time as far as that and all the idols and stuff, right? We just pray for her, praise God for her. But she was the only one that saw the Sheena coin. And it literally came out maybe a couple of weeks to a month later. That is, what's a good word? That is mind-boggling. And even the coins that God gave me that nobody knew about, it's mind-boggling, right? It's mind-boggling. And she even said that God didn't tell her when the coin Sheena was going to go off, but he did say when she go off, we should take money from Sheeb and buy Sheena. So what is that telling us? Sheeb is going to go parabolic. It's going to go parabolic, right? And when it does, God said, now Sheena is expensive. I think Sheena is like $600 to $700 for what, a billion coins? $600 or $700 for a billion coins. So that's kind of pricey. And Sheeb is like $1,500, $2,000 per 100 million coins. So Sheena is like $600-$700 per billion. So all you need is a billion. I mean, I know $600-$700 is not always easy for people and this, that, but that's all you need is a billion, or at least 350, get 500 million of it. That's all you need, because once it drops those 7 zeros or 6 zeros and it gets to a penny, you are a millionaire about 100 times over. If you have 500 million coins and you buy it now, or you've had it for the past 2 years or since she told us about it, right? So you may already have 1 billion, 2 billion, 3, 4, 5 billion. Some people may have 10 billion, right? And when it dropped 2 zeros, some of them people will be millionaires. When it dropped 3, 4 zeros, some people will be millionaires. When it dropped the rest of the zeros, like if you're just buying it now, and for you to become a millionaire, it might have to drop 4 zeros, I believe, or maybe 5, right? Or let's just say all of them. If you get in it now, I'm not telling you to, but I'm just saying if you did, you're guaranteed to be a millionaire if you get at least 500 million of the coin or a billion of it. You're guaranteed. You either have to wait for it to eat 4 or 5 zeros or all the zeros and get to a penny. You'll be a millionaire. You will be a millionaire. You will retire. You wouldn't have to work anymore. Just like when she went parabolic 3 years ago, it made so many millionaires. And when it goes parabolic again this time, it's going to make triple, quadruple millionaires. And I'm going to tell you something. They're going to allow these millionaires to come into the system because they need those millionaires to pump the system. See, for 3 years, our system has been drained like a swamp, down to the bare minimum, down to the crystal sand that's under there, right? And it was done on purpose to, take a lot of businesses out, take a lot of billionaires out, take a lot of millionaires out. Look at the Illuminati card, it's in there. So it was meant to try and bring our country down so they could bring us into submission and put us in something like what China got, and bring digital money across the board, the banking systems, because I saw it in a dream and it's going to happen. When people was going to the bank one day and finding out everything was digital. And that's going to happen. But that was meant to happen in these past 4 years. But God delayed it because it ain't time. Because I told you in 2019, they was going to try and bring the book of Revelations of Daniel to pass before it's time. And it was going to seem like it. But in the end, he was going to stop them. So all of this stuff, digital currency, I even seen digital currency. It's in my book. It's coming. But it was not supposed to come now. It was not supposed to come now. Just like the person who they wanted to be president. Thank God that God is God. You know what I mean? So, and he said they were going to do 7 different major things in the next 4 years. And once they do these things and they don't come to pass, it would be a long time before they do it again. But that we have 4 more years left, because we had 9, and we have 4 more years left to get it together on this in this country, or else we will become a second world nation, and our country will be split. China and Russia would have one part, and the other part would be free. So we got 4 years to get it together. And we need to start praying. And y'all know that vision I had where I saw people on their knees. They were so worn out. They were begging God. They were begging God to come to them. They were so worn out. And they were seeking people like us, because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They were running to the churches trying to find people like us. And guess what? God is going to make us available. Sing. I'm available, Lord. I'm available. I'm available, Lord. I'm available. Let God know you're available, right? Make you available, right? Because you're going to be blessed for that. You know, anyway, when you're available for God, you're going to be blessed any old way, in any old how. Blessings is going to chase you. When you're a child of the Most High God and you really sold out for God, blessings is going to chase you. They're going to be chasing you, trying to get to you. Angels in heaven going to be like, God, can I help watch over her? Can I help watch over him? Because I taught y'all years ago, there's angels in the heaven, they ain't doing nothing. Because a lot of the people on this earth are sinners. And they ain't paying God no mind. And they ain't got no work. They sitting on the threshing floor of God with their golden sacks, waiting for God to fill them up so they can bring them down. So when they see somebody in the heavens that's sold out for the Lord, they going to God's throne, getting on their knees. Please, Daddy, let me go watch her. Let me go watch them. And Daddy be like, well, they already got 10 angels, or they already got 5, or they got 2. And they're like, but Daddy. And he's like, all right, go ahead. And then they say, but can I get the sackcloth bag? And then Daddy look at your golden bowl like it talks about in Revelation. He's like, yeah, it is overflowing. Go ahead, let me pour it in there. And go and give it to him. And they be so excited to come down Jacob's ladder, which is Daddy's ladder, to give you your blessings. They like just waiting. You know, your angels, when you sleep, waiting for you to wake up, like God is waiting for us to wake up. And let me tell you, when you wake up, hell is mad. They are mad. They're like, she's woke. He's woke. They mad. But God and the angels, they happy. They be waiting for you. They know you're going to wake up, but they be waiting for you to open up them eyes, especially God. He be waiting, like it says in Psalms 5, and you be praying and you say, I'm going to look up to you. He be waiting for you. Him, Mama Ru, and Yeshua be waiting for you to open them eyes, them big, pretty eyes, little eyes, little chinky eyes, what kind of eyes you got. He hazel, blue, green, black. He waiting for them eyes to open up and be like, what up, Daddy? What up, Mama? What up, Yeshua? Mwah! They waiting, and you giving them like a hug. They waiting. They is waiting, and they waiting for you to pray, to ask them for whatever you want. They waiting for you to pray for whoever you pray for. They waiting for you to say, Daddy, you and the host of heaven, go to the front, the back, the right, the left, underneath, in the middle, and on top, and prepare my day and remove anything that the enemy has done to overwhelm me this day, and whatever he's trying to do, rebuke it, reject it, invoke the blood, provoke the blood, put the word and the blood against it, cancel it, remove it, clean that area up, and put what you want to put there and seal it so he can't go behind you no more. Because this is the end of the year, man-made year. God's year doesn't end to April 1. But because they have trained us to say that, December 31st is the end of the year, more deaths happen than any other time of the year. October, November, and December, more deaths happen, especially December, and especially the last week, even on New Year's Eve. More deaths happen than any other time. More people offing themselves happen more than any other time. More marriages and relationships and business partners break up during this time of the year, because I told you this time of the year they take the glory from marriages, they take the glory from businesses and stuff like that if you're not living right. If you're not living right, right? So when this time of the year comes, that's why I told y'all, You should be fasting at least 3 to 5 days a month anyway. But if you don't do that, at least start fasting in September, October, November, December for you and your family. Because that's what's going to save you. And being close to God and loving God and keeping the word in you and walking right and doing your warfare prayers when led, and the fasting when led. That's what's going to get you and your family over the fake man-made new year and continue you into God's new year. And in the last week of March, you should be doing the same thing. But January, February, March, you still should be fasting because that's the real new year. And a lot of people are starting to learn that because there's videos all over the place now. It wasn't before when I was teaching it, but now it is. It's lots of videos teaching we're in a 13-month calendar, but they took that last month and split it up, which they did. And I taught y'all that years ago. I had a book out about that. I had a book out about who the true Israelites was back in 2012, 2013. For years, I've been the solo person and maybe a couple of others, but now everybody's coming into it and they're thinking TikTok for that. And YouTube secondly, because, YouTube didn't bother me when I was putting out those videos years ago. And they still don't bother you when you talk about it because there's plenty of them around. And for years, I was saying Mama Ruiz is she. It was me and a few other people. We got ostracized. Now everybody knows she's a she. Now everybody knows just about that Yadaboth wasn't an angel. He was a chief god, and that the Ruach made him without God's permission because you could self-impregnate yourself. All kinds of stuff. The Ithram, 9 Ithram, 6 Ithram, all kinds of stuff. I've been ridiculed for years. Now people know. Even the pagan holidays. I even wrote a book called The Truth About Santa on Barnes and Nobles and Tupper. I used to get it. Now everybody's coming into the truth. And I remember I told y'all that God told me I would be vindicated. How many of y'all remember God told me that I would be vindicated and lifted up? And it happened. Sometimes you may have to wait a couple of years. Some people a decade. Some people a half a decade. But God's going to vindicate you. He's going to vindicate you. And while you going through the wilderness and all this craziness, he growing you. He grooming you. He's grooming you. So when he vindicates you, you will be humble. You won't be like, you'll be humble. You won't be prideful. You'll be humble. You know what I mean? And that's just for anybody, not just me. A lot of you listening to me, people don't even know me. God has vindicated you. Even Brother Johnny, he used to say stuff and they ridiculed him and they took his channel from him. And thank God he had the second channel. Now look at him. God lifted him up big time. You know what I mean? He's balling, right? And a lot of stuff he said, people ridiculed him. Open Eyes Media Johnny, formerly, what was he? 365 currency, something, right? Even he's being vindicated. Look at TC. TC went through it with people too. And he's being vindicated. A lot of people are being vindicated. They was lifting up those false prophets. Where they at now? A few of them still around. But where the other ones at now? They were lifting them up and trying to bring us down. Now God lifted us up and then brought them false prophets down. And one thing about people, they're not going to apologize to you. Some did apologize to me, but many won't because they're prideful and they don't want to eat it. They ain't got no choice but to eat it. And how many of you know this? People hate your guts, but they still watch you. They still come to your channels and they watch you. You know why? Because they know you truth. They know you right. They know you of the Lord. And they can't help themselves. And then they're looking to try and find flaws in you. So they can say, see, I told you so. Look at all them videos that used to be out about me. It's still a few out there. God made them a laughing stock. Sammy and all of them other prophets, made them a laughing stock. A letter to Rosalind Solomon from God. God told me she was a witch. God told me ain't no such thing as reincarnation. God making them a laughing stock like they tried to make me one. You see? And they so prideful they won't remove the videos. A lot are gone, but some are still there. And some people still have the audacity to still call me a false prophet or a witch. They still have the audacity, and all they doing is cursing themselves. All they doing is cursing their ministry. The ministry is not going to go anywhere. When you curse the true children of the Most High, your ministry is not going to go anywhere until you confess that you lied or confess to God and repent. Your ministry is going to be at a standstill. And I've seen a lot of people come after me and their ministries are at a standstill, because that pride won't let them repent to God or confess they were wrong. And not just me, it's other people out there that made videos about other true prophets. People made videos about Johnny saying he was a false guru, false prophet, and all of this mess, right? And you can't do that. And you know you lying. You know you're not telling the truth because you want to attract their followers, or you want their anointing, or you want them to argue with you so you can get at them in the spiritual realm, right? And you think that your ministry, your platforms, or whatever you have is going to progress. It's not. It's not. It says a house that does not stand on the rock of ages shall fall. So when you go after people and you know you're lying on them, it's a big difference if you know it's truth. And God, because God does have channels where people expose you. That's what they're called to do, right? But if you so-called exposing somebody and you know you're lying and you know God ain't told you this and that, your house will perish. Because it's not standing on the rock of ages, or it'll stay at a standstill until you repent. That's why you got to be very careful who you put your mouth on. And then when God give you the mouth to speak, you still be respectful, like Dr. Ian was with Apostle John Amoki, and like I was, you know, because he's still the anointed, like David. He could have killed what was it? Saul, right? And he cut a little bit of his cloth to let him know how close he was. And David said, I cannot kill the anointed of God. Although we know Saul was a humdinger, bad to the bone. He wanted to kill David. He tried so many times, but guess what? David knew that Saul was still God's anointed. Even Solomon, when he messed up, married all them pagan women, they still didn't kill him. And God left one kingdom for his son Jonathan, whereas there were 5. And he stripped 4 and spread them among other kings, but left one kingdom for Jonathan. Why? Because God loves Solomon. Even in all Solomon's mess, God still loved him. David killed a man to cover up him sleeping with the man's wife. What happened? Daddy took the baby. He could have took David. He could have took Bathsheba. But he took the baby because the baby would have tainted the throne, because the baby was made through adultery and murder. But then Solomon came clean because they had gotten married. They had repented. So the throne was clean. So then an heir could come to the throne. And a lot of people don't even know Solomon and Bathsheba were married. He married her. He went against the elders and he married her because that was the right thing to do, because he impregnated her. And do you know, during their lives, he went back and forth to Kenya. She went back and forth. Then the son became the king in Kenya while she was still alive. And Solomon was training the son. All you got to do is go to Bible school like I did and graduate, or buy some books. It's a lot of stuff that's not in the Bible that you will never find. They'll be like, it's not in the Bible. Of course, there's a scripture in the Bible that says if all the books that was pertaining to the Bible, it would fill up the whole world. It's in the Bible. It tells you if all the books was ever collected, it will fill up the whole world. Some books have been destroyed. We will never find them. Some books are hidden in the Vatican. Some books and treasures are still hidden underground. And in the borderline of Africa where Israel is, because our ancestors was all through Africa, all through here. That's why they find giant bones here in America and big old swords of giant, because it was here too. Everybody wasn't in Africa. It was here too. That's why they find stuff in Russia and Europe. Black folks was everywhere. We took the whole planet at one time. Bronze black people. We were the only existence on this planet. There was no other nationality. None. Till they started mixing with us from other planets. Then other nationalities came. We ruled as bronze people. That's why they don't want us to be a collective. That's why they don't want us to unite. Because they know once we unite, God will be behind us and it's over for them. So that's why they keep us divided. They never give you reparations, but they give everybody else reparations. You want to know why you might not see reparations until the end time? I mean, when y'all get ready to come back, because if they give us reparations, then they would be acknowledging who we really are. See, they give reparations to the Indians, the Chinese, Asians and other people because they lied to us and said that they were the first ones. Even white folks have gotten reparations. The Europeans, so they said that they were the first ones. So if they ever give bronze black people reparations, they will be admitting who we are. That's why you will never see them until the end time of Yah. Because they will never ever confess who we are. That's why they fight so hard to hide stuff from us. They cut the noses off of the Sphinx. And they ain't even the real Sphinx over there. I told you they brought that stuff over there, right? But they cut the noses off so you won't know. But you can still see the lips. You can tell a black person lips in a heartbeat. Even people who not black and go get their lips pumped. You can tell that ain't black folks' lips. You can tell our noses a mile away. But they break them. So thinking we won't notice that the Spanx and the Pharaohs and stuff were black. Then you got the relics in the Grand Canyon, Egypt, other places, dark as day. Then you got people that was half dogs, half cats. They even got the paintings where the Caucasians were serving the copper people. And they didn't call them Caucasians back then. They called them Neanderthals. And then the word Caucanoids came. So they get the Caucasian from Caucanoids. And they get the name Christ from Christo. Christ. And the name Jesus came 400 years later because they didn't have a J. They had a Y. That's why they called him Yeshush or Yeshua or Yahushua. Because they didn't have a J back then. That didn't come till 400 years later. That's why some Spanish people name is Jesus. You call him Yeshush, and it's spelled like Jesus. So that's how you know his real name wasn't Jesus, because there wasn't no J's. It was Yeshu, Yahushua, Yahushua, all kinds of names with a Y. God's name was not Jehovah, because they didn't have a J back then. He was called Yahuda, Yahweh. And people make a mistake and call him Yahweh, and that's not him. That's that thunder god. That's Yadaboth. Yadaboth and Satan and Lucifer are three different entities. And they making you think Satan and Lucifer is the same. Do you know how much powerful it is when Yadaboth is bothering you and you say, "Get behind me, Yadaboth"? That knocks him out his seat. You say, "Get behind me, Satan." You say, "Get behind me, Lucifer." That'll do some damage. But when you say, "Get behind me, Yadaboth," because that's his real name, knock his butt out his seat. When you call Daddy Yahuda or Yahweh, or you call Yeshua, Yahushua, or Yeshua, you know how powerful those names are? When you call the Ruach Hadish, or Ruach, you know how much more powerful that is calling her Holy Spirit, although they accept those names and Jesus and stuff. But when you call them by their sanctity names, and they have gazillions of names, but when you learn some of them and you start calling them by their names, very powerful. Very powerful. So stop calling God Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rassi, whatever. It ain't that. Because the J didn't exist till 400 years after y'all left. Stop calling y'all Jesus. Which he, and I say Yeshua Jesus because a lot of people don't know his name is Yeshua. So I'm going to always say Yeshua Jesus for the newcomers. But you old heads, y'all say Yeshua Jesus when you teaching. But when you in your private time with God, you call him by his real name. It's much more powerful. Trust me, I know this. Much more powerful. Much more powerful. And like I know Archangel Michael's name isn't Michael, but God accepts it. Then you got Raphael, Jafriel, Savriel, Havariel. Those are their real names. But Michael, God has not revealed to me his real name yet. And I'm waiting on him to do that. And when I do, I'm going to share if he wants me to. But he honors, Archangel Michael. And then he told me the angels' names is not a name that he gave the angels, but he accepts it. But they're really called the cosmos. They're called the guardians. They too are called the watchers. They're also called the overseers. They're also called the helpers. They're also called the protectors. They're also called the lift me up spirits, because in Psalms 91 it says the angels holds us up so our feet won't hit the ground. They have lots of names, but angels is a man-made name, just like Jesus, right? But they have lots of names. Even the angels have lots of names. Some of them look like us. Some of them are like half human and half lion. Half this and half that. Some of them got eyes in the back of their head, side of their head, eyes in their chest. Some got eyes in their legs. That's why God sees everything, because he got eyes everywhere. You know what I mean? So these are the kind of things that we need to learn and take seriously. You know? So in your private time with the Lord and the Ruach and Yeshua, start using their true attribute names. That's just one of them. Because the letter J did not exist until 400 years later. And a lot of stuff, and they put it in the Bible, is man-made. Well, what I was going to teach you, I don't think I got enough time to teach you. I was going to teach you about the mystery behind magic, but it's too much. So I'm going to have to do it another time, because I got to bounce. I guess I was meant to teach y'all what I was saying. I told my brother the same exact thing, and he got upset with me and said I was wrong. And I told him to study the Bible and he will see. But he refused. See, when they do that, that's that religious pride spirit. They don't want to know the truth. And see, he'll be judged for that, because God gave him the opportunity to accept the light of Christ, and he didn't do it. So he'll be judged for that. Don't be surprised if he come back to you and ask you to pray for him and teach him stuff. Don't be surprised, because God will humble these people. We can enter, or does God forget? What happened? I don't understand what you just said. You was Cain. Cain. You talking about the Abel and Cain? Well, when Cain killed Abel, God marked him so nobody would kill him. So if anybody killed him, they would be killed, because God had a purpose for the Canaanites to come. And the Canaanites came from him. And they were full of sin. And they were sinners, but they had a purpose, because when Eve and Adam fell, and it had nothing to do with no apple, but when Adam and Eve fell, sin came upon the world. So certain structures and tribes had to be created. So the Canaanites were created through Cain, and they were a bunch of sinners. Only a few of them came to God, but they were a bunch of sinners, and they eventually became the children of the enemy, because he started mixing his mermaids and mermen coming out of the water looking like humans, and he started mixing them with the Canaanites. And if you do your studies about the Canaanite tribe, they had all different types of human creatures in their tribes, in that tribe, from mixing with Yadaboth and his people from the water. And in Yadaboth, to tell you the truth, and it's a true story, and I taught this, he the one created the marriage system, because Adam and Eve, once they came from heaven, they were already married. They had been married in the spiritual realm, right? And Adam and Eve had seen how the Canaanite people were getting married. And they came to Adam and Eve and told them they could do the same thing. So Adam and Eve actually got married. And that's where marriage comes from the Canaanites. If you do your story, before the basically, with Adam and Eve, they were married already when they came from heaven. They were married. They were married in the heavens, because people do get married in the heavens. And it says in the Bible that we're like angels and we don't get married. That's not true. We're not like angels. We're gods. We're like God. Mama Ru and Daddy are married. They are together. So they're and you ever hear that saying, a marriage made in heaven? Where you think it come from? A marriage made in heaven. You have a soul mate that incarnated with you thousands of years ago, probably, but y'all lost each other along the way. But you will find each other. if you both of you make it back, if both of you don't make it back, then God will give you another soulmate. And that will be that will be who you're married to in the heavens. God says, as above, so below. Everything happened with God first. What do you think Satan get marriage from? How do you think he taught the Canaanites to do that? He had to get it from somewhere. He don't get nothing new. And Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. That's where you get the term a marriage made in heaven. Why do you think the incubus demons, which are iron, and it says, I believe in Daniel 12, don't quote me, where God is not going to let the iron and clay mix together. So the incubus, the succubus demons, they are iron. That's why they're so strong. Water spirits, right? Why do you think they illegally marry you in the spiritual realm? They would not be able to do that if it was not already created by the hand of God from the get-go. They learned how to illegally marry people in the spirit realm. So when they marry you in the spirit realm, you'll see it in your dreams and they may take it from you, so you won't know. You will have a hard time with marriages in real life, or you won't get married, or your spouse will die untimely, or they will ruin your spouse if you don't come to God, and they will ruin you. Why do you think people live together for years and they get ready to get married, one or both of them die? Because marriage has been made sanctity and unionized by God. See, God took Jesus' name. God took Jehovah's name. God took the sanctity. God took everything that the devil created and he blessed it because he knew that's how it would be with us. And he didn't want to curse us for doing these things. So he took it and he blessed it. You don't even need a ring. They put like a string. When they got ready to get married, they put a string to let you know she was taken. They ain't have rings back then, and you could get married right now and don't need a ring. But what God told me is the ring, because of how man is, the ring lets the other people know that you are taken. And it usually steers people away, but in this day, sometimes it don't. But it usually steers, because like sometimes when dudes be trying to kick it to me and I tell them I'm married, they like, where your ring? I said, it's invisible. It's in the spiritual room because I'm married to Jesus. And they start smiling. They be like, well, we could get married to Jesus together. I'm like, no, thank you. No. Right? I already know who my guy is. No. Right? And I will wait for him to Timbuktu. Okay? If I got to wait another 5 years, which I know I ain't, but I would. All right? I ain't desperate. I don't, and besides, men are babies and it's just a lot with men. So I'm enjoying my singlehood right now, right? So you don't even need a ring to prove you're married. All that stuff comes from the enemy, but there are scriptures, I believe there's scriptures in the Bible, and I wrote a book, I forget what book, that talks about the spiritual rings, because when the incubus or succubus marries you, they put a ring. So like, let me tell you something, women, if you are not engaged or married, never put a ring on this finger. This is the marriage finger. Never, ever do you put an engagement ring or any kind of diamond ring on this finger. Because when you do that, you willfully are representing being married. And you're not. Incubus will marry you. Yes, he will. And when you put those chains around your waist, those chain belts, gold and silver, you are chaining yourself in the spiritual realm. And you women love those gold and silver chain belts. You're chaining yourself in the spiritual realm. And guess what Daddy told me? They would put an anklet around a prostitute in ancient days. Prostitutes would wear the bangles and the ankle bracelets and the shoulder bracelets. So when you wear these pretty little gold $300 bangles and the little things around your ankles and these little bracelets around here, you're symbolizing that you can be pimped, and they will pimp you in the spirit realm. That's why certain jewelries we aren't supposed to wear. And you definitely don't put a ring here until you're engaged and married. That's why you have to learn the nemesis you're dealing with. That's how you have to learn legal rights. That's how you have to read the Bible. Regardless if the enemy tampered with it, it still got mad truth in it. So if you wearing rings on your married finger, girl, you better take it off and repent. If you men wearing bands because you want to chase off women, you better take it off and repent. Because you sure enough got an incubus. And that's why some people can't get rid of incubus and succubus. Because they got a ring on you. And I've taught you before, and I have a book about it. They put ankle bracelets on you. They put bangles on you. They put shoulder bracelets. They put toe rings on you. And they put chains around you in the spirit realm. Those are the things that they use. I'm not asking Daddy anything right now. I'm sorry because I'm about to go. But I pray that, Scorpion Lady, I pray that he answers you in Yeshua Jesus' name. I pray whatever answers you need, and y'all agree with me that God will answer her in Yeshua's name. And if he haven't, by the next time I come on, then you can ask me, because the next time I come on, I'm gonna do prayer for people and prophecies. You know, I like to do that, but I don't do it as much as I used to. But I do it on TikTok a lot. You know, so y'all need to follow me on TikTok. And TikTok put an injunction, and the Supreme Court honored it. So no ban. And notice they was going to do it January 19th, the day before Trump goes in, because Trump said he would override it because he likes TikTok, because Barron likes TikTok. Right? So Daddy was right. Daddy said they was going to put it for injunction, and they did. And the court honored it. So TikTok ain't going nowhere. TikTok ain't going nowhere. See, they wanted to get rid of it because the truth. And then I heard Kim Kardashian bought it, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. Even though it's not needed, you still would want one so people would know. You know what I mean? So like if they see your ring, you engage and marry, you know, and the man and the woman still try to kick it to you, then they fall into sin. They fall into adultery. You don't, because you're representing. But if you don't have it on, they're not going to know. You know what I mean? So that's why Daddy told me it was fine to have engagement ring. And then he even said, if you want to wear something on your arms, get copper. If you want to wear something on your neck, make sure it's copper, because copper is good for the non-ether beings. For the bronze people, copper is very good. It has something to do with your energy. And I keep saying I was going to get me like a little copper bracelet, but I haven't gotten it yet. And I told y'all this a couple of years ago. Copper earrings, you know. I have copper cups that I drink out of. Copper is good for ethering people. It may be good for 6 ethers too, but it's definitely good for us because it has some type of energy that helps us or something. Yeah, so I brought some roosts and stuff 2 years ago. It's still in the box in the garage. And I was gonna make stuff like that, but I just didn't get around to ever doing it. So I just kept it in the box, and I said, when I go home and get settled, you know, and I could just have a room in my basement and just dedicate it to crafts. Because I can make roosts and stuff like plaques. I studied it and stuff. I can make the copper bracelets, the copper ring. I could do it all because I studied it, and I was going to start doing it, and I just didn't do it. So I said I was going to wait, because I really need a room where I could put like I started painting too. I bought paint and stuff, so I really need a room where I could put my crafts at, and I can do them in there. I don't have a room like that in this house. Every room is full. You know. And then when you're doing roostings, you need a room that's airy, that has windows, you know, because roosting is strong. So you need like a good ventilation. See, I would have had to do all of it in the garage, and there's no room right now. So I have to wait till I go home. But when I do that, I'm gonna start making that stuff, and then I'm gonna sell it and stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff in cooking in secret that I want to do. And hopefully God let me do it. You know. Hey, Rose. Rose, we know the place where we're going to take you. When we see you, we know the place we're going to take you. Are you bringing your boys with you? Or is your mama watching them? Let me know. That makes sense. You could text me and let me know if you're bringing the boys or not. That makes sense. In Ghana, they call women of the night. What? I didn't know that. They call them women bangles? Oh my goodness. I did not know that. Thanks for that, Heaven. You're welcome. Hey, Vince. How you doing, Vince? Speaking of rings, I love the tangerine ring. It makes checking your crypto. Oh, okay. That card you talking about? I got one somewhere around here. Okay, I pray that whatever going on in your marriage, God will help you in Yeshua's name. I see a lot of men wearing head bracelets. No wonder that helps with energy. Yeah, if it's copper, it has to be copper. You know what? I want in copper Miami Cuban link chain instead of gold. I wanted it to be copper. Yeah, it's especially good for non-ethers. I'm going to see if their dad or other grandparents can watch them. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let me read a few more comments before I go. Okay. Okay. I'm grateful to know that the Holy Spirit is my sweet mom. Hey, me too. I think Meta Michael was referred to as the angel of the prison. Oh, okay. Thanks for that. Oh, I love you guys too. I thought Michael's real name was Monica. Yeah, I told you I didn't know his name. God never showed me his name. But I know his name is not Michael, but he honors it. But I never knew his name. But see, now God is showing me through y'all. See, he's not going to show me everything. He'll show some of y'all something for me to learn from. So, Devontae, send that to me in the text, okay? And I'm gonna ask God about it. What? Okay, I answered that one. I saw that one. Good morning. Samson Taylor is in the building from Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, what's up, Samson Taylor? You letting us know you here. That is so cute. What? Facts? And that's right, we're going to take over. Disgruntled followers, they get mad when they can't manipulate. Yep, you right, Heaven. Absolutely right. Baruch to you, Miss Tia. They be lying on people. Yeah, they do. What you don't you don't you don't understand. What you don't understand, Marcus? Hi, what does it mean? I woke up and I don't know what that means, but I pray that God give you the meaning in Yeshua's name. Look, you the real deal. I say you in many visions. Aw, bless you, Marcus, my little bro. Okay, hi, Apostle King. I'm not asking God anything. I'm about to go. But I pray that God will give you the answers that you need. It's Sheena, Shina. It's on Coinbase Wallet, and I heard it was on other places too. Still had decent amount XRP, even after 500. Okay, good. God told me to take money from Sheeb and buy XRP, so that means that Sheeb will pass XRP. Yeah, one day it will. All right, guys, I gotta go now. I told Jesus I wanted to know everything about everything. Physical and much spiritual as possible. Yes, and he will answer you. Great opportunity to buy. Who? Stephen. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that coin. I don't buy coins. I pray first. If God say no, I ain't doing it. If he say yes, then I will do it. Yeah, y'all know my brother Jordan, he gave me a coin too. He said that God led him to. He gave it to me like 3 weeks ago. He told me to share it, and I kept forgetting. It's on Solana. Let me see. I gotta go. I think he sent it to me on Instagram, and I don't know. The Holy Spirit just brought it to my mind. So let me hurry up and try and find it. Where is Gordon? Okay, Nino. Was it Nino or was it Gordon? Hold on. Oh, one of them. Let me see. Yeah, it was Nino. What's the name of the coin? Oh, it was this coin that he didn't know I had it already, and I didn't know it at that time neither. It's the coin Maria talked about. SHIKOKU. That's why I had it already. I had it in my both my wallets already, right? Because he gave me the one for Solana, but the other one on ETH, I had that one already. And I think I told him I had it or I didn't have it, and he told me to share it. So this confirms Maria's dream. This is the exact coin she dreamt about on Solana, and then he even said in the text it's on ETH wallet too. So he's telling me about it, and I said I know I got a little bit already. I told him that. So he's confirming with me. That's why the Holy Spirit just told me to mention to y'all. I just heard her say, share what your brother told you to share. So it's giving y'all more confirmation if you don't have it already. All right. Okay. All right. So I gotta go. So I will see you guys soon. Love y'all. Y'all have a great Sabbath and a great weekend. And look for me on TikTok in Yeshua's name. Much love. Keep me in prayers. I do you. In Yeshua Jesus' name.